Since the dawn of time, men have used their power to get laid, and women use their poon to get power. This still happens today. Men who have power, status, and fame typically get women easier than men who don't. Unless you're a TikToker called Bentelect. If you don't know that name, don't worry, neither did I until today. Imagine having 11 million followers and still not being able to get any poon. Pretty sad, really. Okay, what the hell am I on about? Let's back it up slightly. We've spoke a lot about simps and desperate men here on this channel, because this channel is built on the values of always trying to better oneself. And the thing is with simps is they're creating problems within society, specifically the dating world. One of the biggest issues I believe that men have as a collective today is the overall desperation that they have to get laid. Dating apps have completely knocked the entire dating world off balance, because now women have access to the best looking giga chads in their areas. And what this means is a lot of lads are getting left behind in the dating market, especially the below average to average looking lads. So for example, if you're a 5 out of 10 lad and you've got no other redeeming qualities, then you're going to struggle to pull a 5 out of 10 girl, because girls have such high standards and girls typically want to date up, called hypergamy, which means more lads than ever are going without sex, can't get laid, and are just desperate out here. Which brings us full circle back to Bentelect. I only know of him because of Charlie's video, and I think the majority of people who know him are probably only 13 years old on TikTok. His content strategy is to read out quotes and tweets and then do a fake laugh at them. I watched a few and honestly, it's bad. He just says the quote and then goes, ha, yeah.
Okay, facts.
I honestly don't know how people like this amass 11 million followers. Also, I'll say this now, he's known to threaten people who do videos on him, either with copyright strikes or legal action, when he's got no grounds to do so. He just wants to try and bury this story as much as possible. Anyway, Ben has got a podcast and he invited a girl on called Jordan Max. She's an OnlyFans model, and things turned sour between them before they even got round to doing the podcast. And she leaked the DMs. Oh, and it was juicy. Once again, big thanks to Charlie for compiling all these DMs together in order. Get ready for some true desperation here. So it starts off, Jordan Max tweeted this: I was invited to be on a podcast by a pretty popular TikTok creator, and 3 hours before we were supposed to record, he asked me if I wanted to make an OnlyFans video with him, which I declined. And 1 hour before we were supposed to meet up, he cancelled, and this is why. It starts off, Ben says, do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? She says, when? He says today, and she said, no, you need to take an STD test from within the last 14 days and have an OnlyFans creator account. And then he said, I mean a video for your page, almost like he's trying to do her a favour. And she said, doing what? And then he's trying to play dumb and says, I don't know, whatever performs best for your page. Wink, wink. Can I please have some poon? What do you suggest? I don't know, but if you want to do some touchy-feely stuff, I'm happy to do so. So it's very clear that he likes to use his platform to try and get women, especially as these DMs go. You'll see how bad it gets. So he said, I don't know what performs best for your page. I was just thinking, you're helping me with doing a YouTube video, so maybe I could help with your OnlyFans, and my 11 million followers, who are probably all under the age 13, can go and subscribe to it. And then she said, I'm good, thanks. Thanks though. And then he said, no worries. Hey, I'm going to do the pickle video with someone else. Thanks though. She said, okay, any particular reason why? So I assumed they were going to do something with a pickle on the podcast or whatever it was about. And now he's chose to do it with someone else. He's obviously a little bit sour and a bit butthurt that she didn't want to do the OnlyFans video with him. Now we can already get a sense of the desperation. What's that? I can smell the simpiness. But don't worry, he gets more desperate than that. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So she said, any particular reason why? He said, to be honest, I thought it'd just be fun to film and see where things go, but I got it. She said, okay, best of luck. That's a typical one you hear. Let's just see where things go. You know who else say, let's see where things go? Those who were caught on Chris Hansen. Oh, she's 13? I thought it was an 8. Oh, I must have misread it. I just wanted to come round with cheesecake and condoms and see where things go. I'm not saying that he's a... I'm just making a joke. So they had this exchange. She posted the DMs. Then Bentelect himself DM'd it and said, you need to take this tweet down or I will sue you. She proved it was actually from his account. She went on his profile and then clicked the DMs, and then there is the message right there. If you also look at her response, she said, I'll be waiting to hear from your lawyers then. And this is what I was saying at the start of the video. He threatens lawsuits and copyright strikes against anyone who speaks out against them. He's never actually followed through with any of this. It's just a age-old tactic that people have used on YouTube because they don't want anything negative about them to pop up. Here's the thing, when you're putting content out there, you cannot control what other people say about you and the content that other people make about you. Unless it's straight up inciting violence, then that's the risk you have to take. Listen, boys, we know when Shaun Jones' YouTube channel gets to 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, I'm going to have people come after me, except it won't be from being desperate with beards. Sad. Now listen, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. We all understand, as men, you get a little bit horny sometimes and you're not thinking straight, and you know that once you'd have that post-nut clarity, you'll be thinking straight again. So maybe he was on the back end of a semen retention protocol. It's been 30 days since he's last had a release, and he was just bursting at the seams to get his hands on a woman. An act of desperation. We've all been there in the past. Come on. Well, just like the man who ran the first 4-minute mile, as soon as it's done once, the floodgates open. Probably not the best analogy, but basically loads of DMs started getting leaked. So he's messaging another girl here. Saturday night, he says, do you work tomorrow? Sunday, she messages back saying, sorry, crazy busy day. I don't work tomorrow, no. He says, no worries. Let's make some content tomorrow. Not like that. Just film a podcast. So once again, he's trying to imply to test the waters. So then she might say, oh, well, I don't mind making content like that if you want to. Let's make some OnlyFans content. He's putting it out there to test the waters. Then later on at night, he said, what do you think? You're killing me, gorgeous. I've also been thinking about this OnlyFans thing, and I think I could make us a lot of money straight up because I've got 11 million followers. And then she's responded, you can't really see it, but she says, hey, sorry, I've been MIA. Today's been like a mental health day. Sleep emoji. He keeps going on about OnlyFans, but apparently he's never done any OnlyFans content himself. I just think he's just using that as a way to try and get in there. He's probably got no real interest of shooting OnlyFans content. He just wants to get the pum-pum. But as you can see, the guy is clearly desperate to get laid. So following up from her last message, he said, hey, praying hands, thank you. She didn't respond. Then he responded the next day, Monday, do you want to come over tomorrow night? Then a few hours later, he said, actually, are you down to come over tonight? Or are you just a flake? And then an hour later, he said, yeah, sorry, babe, but you're just too much of a flake. Bye. If you're a lad and you do this, stop. It doesn't work. It just reeks of desperation. And here's a huge tip. Even if you are desperate, like super crazy desperate, I just need some food. Still don't do it because it does not work. You would be better just DMing 100 girls, 1 or 2 messages than the same girl 15 messages. If they're not responding, they're not into you. Case in point right here, she said, you know, if you wouldn't have texted me so rudely, calling me a flake after 1 day of not texting you back, you might have stood a chance. I don't really believe that. I can see why you're single now. Goodbye. She's calling him out. And then typical immature, insecure male response. Yeah, whatever. Go F yourself. Says the girl who's trying to make an OnlyFans. Good luck. Why are you hating on the girl who's doing an OnlyFans? You're the one who wants to shoot the content with them. You haven't even got an OnlyFans. Okay, here's one from Snapchat. Do you want to come over here and spend some time with me? Because on a side note, I do think I could probably make us some money on OnlyFans. He loves it. Absolutely loves the OnlyFans, doesn't he? Bentelect F's crazy blank into oblivion. I'm not too sure what he's put there. I'm sure it's some sort of rude word. If you come over, I'll give you $1,000. Damn, he's pulling out all the stops now. I just really want you. Lad, for $1,000, you could get a pretty decent prosy to stay the entire night. She said, I'm good right now. Don't try to bribe me with money. That's weird. Yes, it is. And he said, no, that is weird, but I want to see you. Now, this is where Ben goes ham. Now, it seems like these two had some sort of prior relationship. I'm not too sure what it was about. Maybe it was about his podcast or business or TikTok. It seems like they parted ways because she said, well, I guess it's just not meant to be then. And then he said, facts, no hard feelings, but yeah, it ain't working. Then she said, peace out. The key words here are no hard feelings. That means the no animosity, no burnt bridges. You go do your thing, I'll do my thing. Well, clearly there is hard feelings on Ben's behalf because he responded. And for your future self, if you're going to turn around on a guy and say, hey, I'm not down for friends with benefits, just say that before you go through all the bullshit. Boring as F. Now, this is the cracker. Not my problem that you turned around and quit drinking because you're an alcoholic and now pass out at 8 PM. Effing peace out, bitch. Damn. Ben, any needs for that, lad? Oh, and then look, she actually said, clearly there are some hard feelings on your part. Ha ha ha. And he said, lol, it's whatever. She said, I'm far from an alcoholic. As you boys know, I've got a business, I've got a gym, and we employ personal trainers, and I've had to let personal trainers go in the past. And I said it in one of my other videos the other day, it's not good to burn bridges. It's something that I never do. PTs who have left my gym have burned bridges with me in the past, where they've unfollowed me, unfollowed the gym page, when I had no problem with them whatsoever. And usually they're the ones who end up at some point needing help, and they'll never get it from me because they burned that bridge. Whereas I found, as long as I haven't been completely effed over, if I don't burn a bridge, it could present potential opportunities for me in the future. If you expand the time horizon, you will only potentially make more money from not burning bridges. A little bit of a business lesson for you. The conversation continued. He's really sour about not getting this poon. I don't like giving time and attention to someone who is full of shh. I've been trying to hang out and it's been blah, 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 excuses every single time. So just don't waste people's time in future and you won't get hard feelings. It sounds like Ben was put into the friend zone and he didn't realise. Far from an alcoholic, but you effing pass out at 4 in the effing morning, sleep for 3 hours and then pass out at 10 o'clock and sleep till 3 in the morning, then continue to sleep till noon. Damn, he's given a full breakdown of this girl's routine and lifestyle. Okay. Anyway, I'm done. I just had to say that because you're full of shit. He's really going in here, isn't he? Clearly, I wasn't that interested to begin with, and you weren't able to take the hint a month ago. If I actually wanted to hang out with you, I would have made an effort. Exactly the same with the DMs, Ben. If they like you, they're going to message back. If you're getting one-word answers and they're taking a day to DM you back, they don't like you, then obviously he's pretty sour. He said, then shut the F up and quit wasting people's time, you stupid bitch. You just don't get the message, do you, Ben? Damn, let's keep going. He basically says, stop wasting me time. You're boring as F. Shut the F up and go to bed. And then she says, it sounds like you need some anger management help. I would completely agree with that. Be careful who you say that to, Maria, because there are people who really need help with that. Bit of ironic virtue signaling there, trying to show that you're a good person whilst simultaneously not being a good person. Super effing disrespectful to say that to somebody, and also a very basic ass bitch thing to say. There's a reason you've been single for this many years, and it's because no one wants you and no one gives a F about you because you aren't shit. You're not fun. You're boring as F. So shut the F up and get the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Ben needs help. The girl said, you need to learn how to take rejection, and you're the one sending 5 texts for every one I send. Laughing face. And then Ben just goes on to repeat himself, saying more of the same. Girls like you who say, oh well, you weren't able to take the hint but still text and say shit are fake as F. And I'm glad that you and I are no longer effing talking, so please delete my number. Delete my number. And we're still talking. It looks like it's him who's doing the majority of the talk. God help any guy that gets involved with that loose pussy because you're just lame. Mic drop, ho. Wow, he mic dropped himself there over the text. She said, I'm sure your TikTok fans will love the way you talk to women when I post these screenshots. He said, good luck. I stand by every single word that I just said to you. Anyway, peace out. Don't contact me. So as you can see, this desperate simp needs some help. Maybe he should subscribe to the Shaun Jones YouTube channel because the man needs help, especially with talking to women. But he's issued 2 apologies. Here's the first one. I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women. I like the way he's addressed all humans first and then added on women. So at least we know he believes in all 72 genders. He's a very inclusive person, Ben. I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers, so I learned very early on the importance, power and love and abilities women have. They deserve to be cherished and uplifted and treated with respect, and that's how I live my life. I've got a sister. That doesn't mean that it still can't be sexist. I am sexist to a certain extent. I believe that everyone is. All it takes is a 10-minute conversation with a girl and you realise that girls are very sexist towards lads. It's just built within us. You just don't want to be hateful sexist. And I get the sense that this guy's got a bit of resentment towards women because he can't get any. I do not condone the statements or accusations that have been suddenly hoisted upon me, and I hope to speak to anyone who feels they have been wronged. Oh yeah, I'd like to see how that'd go. He'll probably just offer them to come on his podcast again or to shoot some OnlyFans content for free.
So if you do try and sue me or copyright claim this video, copyright strike the video, anything like that, I will 100% respond with every single option at my disposal in order to follow this legal case through to its fullest conclusion. So let's check out your apology, brother.
Hey guys, there's a lot being said about me on the internet right now, and I just wanted to clear the air. The first thing I want to say is I'm sorry to anyone that I've made feel uncomfortable. I want to say to any girl who I've been rude to, whether through text or in person, that I'm sorry. I understand that me being sorry does not excuse that kind of behavior. I will continue to work on myself and do better. Thanks, guys.
Anyone else think that that sounded extremely scripted? It's funny how he downplays it. If I've upset anyone and I've wronged anyone, I'd like to say sorry. I'm happy to talk to you. When you actually take a look at those texts and realise that there's a human being behind those text messages and realise that I wonder what he'd be like in real life with some of these girls. And that's the thing. Weak men like this are a danger to society. It's not the strong men. Just because someone's got 11 million followers doesn't mean they're a good person. He's clearly a piece of work, and God help any woman who gets with this lad. It's good to share videos like these because it's a clear lesson of what not to do when trying to communicate with women. Don't be desperate, even when you are. As a man, you will always face rejection. When you're on nights out and you're trying to pull a bird, you're going to get rejected regardless of how good looking you are, but you've just got to take it on the chin. When you're really desperate, it's hard to think clearly, but if you get rejected, rather than trying to push through it and send multiple messages or bother the girl, they don't like it. It's one of the biggest icks for them. They can see right through it. So really what you need to do is you take your L and you hold it with a little bit of pride and then learn from it. Don't be like Ben. Okay guys, what do you think of this situation? I appreciate you all. Remember, I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow on my bad experience smoking weed and how I lost control of myself and how I got my life back on track. I've seen all of your comments on my community post and I'm taking it all into consideration. So make sure you've got the notifications turned on so you don't miss that video tomorrow. Like the video, show support, and I'll see you all tomorrow.